All right, I'm working on an idea for a date night painting for Mother's Day. So I'm just going to paint and video so that I don't have to video this again later if it ends up turning out the way I want it to. So I'm using ultramarine blue and white for this sky that I'm going to be doing, and I like to just come in and just kind of rough in some of the blue like that because I want the sky to look cloudy and streaky. So I add the blue like that, and then I come in with my white and kind of blend. I use little short little strokes so that it gets that sort of cloud look in the sky. I want to keep this painting pretty simple. Since it is a date night and I want them to have a good time and not be stressed about the painting. So I'm kind of going for a spring mountain landscape. I'm going to let that set and dry just a little bit. I want to add a few more like brighter clouds in here, but my paint's a little wet right now. So I'm going to move down to the water and lay that in. So I'm going to make it almost, I'm going to make it look a little on the purple side. So I'm going to add just a little bit of red to my ultramarine blue. Just gonna get that in like half of this space, and then I'm going to start bringing in a little bit of white. I could use that light blue color I just used up in the sky. Just trying to get that gradient in there from dark to lighter. And then I'm going to, this is going to be sort of like flowers. So I'm going to take some of that dark blue. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to it. So you get a really nice dark green. And just going to come down here at this very bottom and lay that in. All right, so I got my color blocking in. Now I'm going to come back in and work just a bit more white. Just going to work on my sky a little bit more. I'm going to go just a bit darker up here. Using my white. I'm going to put a big like cloud right there. Just blend with the finger. You want to blend out any of those hard edges. All right, I think I'm liking that better. Okay, so we're gonna have mountains laying in here. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get those laid in, and I'm gonna use the blue, ultramarine, and white. And just gonna start by putting we're gonna have a focal point mountain here. we'll do a couple smaller mountains. Okay. I'm just going to switch over to my filbert and use that just to add some little bumps and details to these. All right, so I'm going to clean up my line here where my water and my mountains meet. Guess it's not really that important. Actually, it's not that important because I'm going to put trees over this later. So, anyway. Okay, so I'm going to take a little break or blow dry. Let this all dry up. Okay. Just gotta give my mountains a little love. A little bit darker. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a bit of ground. Let's see, I need a little brown. I don't know if I want to use brown or if I want to use rust. Just get a little bit of both, I guess. All right. So I'm going to make a dark brown. Oh, I need a little bit of black. I could use blue. You can make brown with the black and the rust, so maybe do that. Just get some rust, a little bit of black, and that makes a nice brown. I'm going to come in just below my water line, just a little bit, and just kind of make a wavy piece of land right there. Then we're going to add some trees on top of that. And we'll add some highlights and stuff to it. All right, so using filbert. And I'm going to make that dark green, ultramarine and yellow. And we're just going to come up above this and just do some pats, pat, to make a tree line. All right. And then we're also going to take that dark green and we're going to come down here into our grasses. And we're going to do some little flicks up. Just kind of break that straight line. I'm going to use my big brush for this. Use the full side of the brush to kind of fill in and then switch that to the sharp edge to get those little finer lines. Okay. We'll let that dry just a little bit, and I'm going to come in and work on my mountains. Still a little snow left on them in spring. So, some chalk. Gonna make some ridges on this middle one here. Make a little ridge kind of flowing over to the right, maybe. This will be the shadowy side. I might do the same thing here. Okay, make a little wiggly line. And take a little bit of white. Maybe just a very, very pale blue. Don't want too much paint on my brush. And I'm just gonna come in here, just kind of follow that guideline. Put a little snow up there. Can use a little straight white just right up here, more at the tippy top. And a few spots. And then I'm just going to deepen up that color just a little bit. And I can use that a little bit down lower so I can still get that ridge line, but it doesn't look like snow necessarily. Just looks like texture in the mountain. Okay. Now we're going to play with our greens a little bit more. I'm going to brighten these up a bit. So I think I'm going to make a green out of my cobalt blue and yellow. Just something a little bit brighter. And we're going to come in and lightly touch sections, tops of some of these trees. You don't have to hit all of them. My dogs. You're out of control. Okay. All right, so got some highlights back there. I'm also going to take that green. I'm going to add a little bit of this brighter green to some of my grasses. Just to break it up. Faster! I'll be back. Get over here. crazy dogs. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, green. So now I'm going to add some even brighter highlights to a few areas. So I'm going to add a bit more yellow, maybe just a scotch of white. And just gonna kind of lightly touch on top of some of the areas that I just added the light green to. Not gonna go too crazy. All right, and then a few more of those bright yellowy . All right. And I'm going to add just a bit of highlight to that ground area. So I'm going to add a little bit more rust to that brown mixture I made and a little bit of white. So I kind of get a light terracotta color, light brown color. And I'm just going to pick a few little areas in here. And I'm just kind of patting it in. And we're going to be ready for some flowers. Okay. I'm just trying to think. What kind of flowers I want to do. Let's see, I'm going to start with my green. Can do a big one right there. You can do as many as they want. think I'm going to start with, I don't know, kind of like a lavender maybe. I think I want to do some poppies too. I need to get some pictures of poppies. All right, so I'm going to make up a dark, dark purple. I'm going to start with some purple flowers. Just going to use my filbert and just going to pat. Just kind of making it a little bit whiter as it comes down. Almost to the grass. So that's like the basic shape, and then I can come in and start doing little strokes. I'm going to do a couple here, and then I'm going to start adding in the highlight. I'll do one more over here. Okay, so before that purple dries, I want to start bringing in the highlight color. So I'm just going to blend up a little bit of the pale purple. And just going to bring those little strokes on the outside. Maybe just a couple on the inside. All right, now I'm going to do some pink ones. I'm going to start with like a darker pink. Kind of feel like I got these a little chunky. Okay. And then I'm going to make a real bright pink. And same thing. Alright. Oh, I'm going to use a little bit of that pink, I think. I was thinking it might look good in that purple, in the purple flowers. Maybe just a little bit here and there. All right. And then I feel like we need some yellow flowers or something maybe. I'm gonna look up yellow wildflowers. Okay. I think we'll just do some little wispy ones. I'm going to make a really pale yellow. And just gotta keep these really simple. Like maybe like 2 or 3 little strokes. Like so. And I'll just take a little bit of that dark green and give them a little stem. I'll probably give them another little just lightly kind of touch them. I don't like that brush. Just kind of lightly touch them again with some bright yellow. I just really prefer doing lines with my flat brushes. Okay, a little bit of bright yellow. Make them kind of pop. You could add in daisies. I think I'm just going to kind of leave it here for now because it's very easy. And then, you know, if somebody wanted to take it to another level, they could. So, all right, this is going to be a date night. So it'll be split down the center. All right, I think I'm done here. Bye, guys.